So this is going to be more like a live rant than an edited, prepared video. I just want to talk about some things that happened yesterday and like my thoughts that came from that. On another app, platform, I don't check it very often, so when I checked it, I had notification like one after another of this person that saying the most horrific things and insulting me in every possible way you could think of, insulting me, mocking me, making fun of me, and saying really crass things like the coat hanger missed this one or something like that. And I finally asked him, like, what is your deal? Like, why, what is wrong with you? In not such nice terms. And so then I'm going to say he said that because there's all these clinical trials and I'm not doing these clinical trials, and that they have cured dementia in mice, and I'm out here just trying to beg for likes, basically. That was this whole deal. That's why he went on this rampage of harassing me or whatever. And don't tell me just block and move on, because this is just, even if I block him or delete those comments, I still have to live with those comments in my head and try to wrap my brain around how his thinking and my not doing what he thinks I should do justifies just ripping me apart and calling me god-awful things. And I guess it's naive for me to think, that people can just be respectful. I know that there's trolls or whatever and bots, and I can understand those. And, so some kid just trolling for entertainment because he has nothing else to do. But when it's somebody that's obviously gone to the lengths to research this disease, and then because I'm not doing what they think I should do, that's another level of like psychopathic behavior, in my opinion. So it's more than just a troll. It's somebody that's very disturbed, I would say. But when people are like, well, if you're going to put your life on social media, you should expect this. But I don't agree with that either. Like, why are we settling to treat people, especially people with terminal or chronic conditions, like shit? Like, why are we normalizing that and being like, oh, that's just what you get? Like, I'm sorry, but that saying, like, if you lay down on the tracks, you should get run over. That's what my mom told me when I was 12. But no, I'm sorry. I'm naive to think that if I'm laying on the tracks and a train's coming, that he actually would try to slow down and give me a chance to get out of the way. But I'm sorry, my bad. I thought that, humans could be good. But anyway, so back to what he was saying, because I do get a lot of questions of like, why aren't you doing clinical trials? And why aren't you taking this medication or that medication? Or, why don't I have more hope or whatever for a cure when they're already doing this with mice? Well, first of all, what they're doing with mice, there's like 4 different treatments that or techniques that they're using that either reverse plaques or clear plaques or reverse cognitive dysfunction in mice, with 4 different things that they've that they've had success with. And that's with Alzheimer's. I don't have Alzheimer's. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, just because it's successful in mice doesn't always translate to humans. They're not even in human trials yet, as far as like what they've done with the mice. They're not prepared because they're still researching. So to knock me for not doing something that's not even available yet, and not only not available, not applicable to my type of dementia, that person obviously doesn't know that there's over 400 different types, causes of dementia that they know of. Mine is not one of the 400 that are known. And in the next video, I'll explain what we found out at the neuropsychologist, so I can go into what is going on in more detail, that things that I didn't even know about. So, second of all, in clinical trials, I wouldn't be approved even if I wanted to, because I'm too far along in the process. They only choose people that are in the mild stages of the disease that will have more benefit of the treatment. Another thing is that there's side effects that come with the treatments that are now available, and I can't afford one of those side effects, even if I was to be granted, because I don't have enough of the brain mass to, handle swelling or bleeds or strokes or, all the crazy things, like inflammation that can come from these clinical trials. And I'm not saying don't try them, but I'm just saying don't push something on me that even if they put it for free on a silver platter and said, here, take this, I couldn't. It would probably unalive me. It would not save me. And, this whole thing, like, I'm just on here begging for likes and attention and that's it. I didn't have a grand plan. Like, this wasn't even my idea to get on here and share my story. It was my physical therapist's idea, saying, you have a voice, you should use it, because there's not many people in your situation that can share the story. That is what got me started on here. I didn't have a grand plan I had one video blow up and it just went crazy from there. And then I wake up one day and I'm on the Daily Mail and like all these other news, so I didn't do this to become like viral. I just wanted to share my journey and raise awareness to the different types of dementia, and if there was other people out there that felt as alone as I did, I wanted them to have somebody they could be like, okay, well, I'm not alone because look at her. That was it. That was my grand plan. It wasn't for likes or money. I've made $21 in the 4 years that I've been on here. I've spent more money on products to make videos than I will ever redeem or get back. But I don't care. That doesn't matter to me. That's not what I'm here for. So, I don't know. So please, in the comments, don't say, just block them and delete them and ignore them or report them. I know what to do with trolls. I don't know what to do with the emotional part of it, other than to rant to you guys and just get it off my chest. So, thanks for listening if you're still here. And I'll do a video telling you guys what we found out at the neuropsychologist after this.